What's up, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. As you guys read in the title of this video, I just wanted to do a quick little update on what I'm doing with my trades so far this week. So for those of you guys that watched my video this past Friday, I believe, and on this past Sunday, I was talking about how I was trading LABU, USLV, and I wanted to enter and talk about a new position that I'm looking to take tomorrow in FedEx. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is pretty much just updating you guys. And for those of you guys that are new, my name is Stas. I make videos dealing with swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, my philosophies and strategies in the stock market. So for those of you guys that are interested in that, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And let's get started with the topic of this video. So this new stock that I've been looking at and looking to put some money in is FedEx, ticker symbol FDX. And right off the bat, guys, as swing traders, we're looking at investments and stocks that are strong in terms of company presence, in terms of financials, in terms of statistics, and in terms of, overall stock price and indicators and technical analysis. So that is what we're looking at in particular with FedEx. And this company, guys, it has good numbers. It has a good balance sheet. Its forward PE is an 11 right now, and its trailing PE is at about a 14 right now. So the numbers in terms of value, this is a good value buy in my personal opinion with FedEx. If we're looking at the, at the basic metrics in terms of the PE ratio, right? And now that we got that out of the way, and with my style of trading, I like buying in at the dips, and I like buying in whenever a stock or an ETF has fallen a certain amount of percentage points, and I still see value in that stock or that ETF long term. So I think FedEx is a very good company moving forward. So this big dip, from about $265 down to about, we see it's, consolidating at about $235, that is an 11 to 12% drop in price. And as swing traders, guys, like I say in all my videos, whenever we see a stock fall down a certain amount of percentage points and we still believe in that stock long term, that could be a good opportunity to buy into the stock. So that's why I'm looking at FedEx in particular, guys. And we do see it's at a very good dip buy right now. Like I said, it's down about 12%. And a bunch of analysts are saying to buy this stock. A bunch of analysts are bullish on the stock. Not to say that whenever analysts say buy this stock, buy that stock, you should go and buy that stock, because obviously you should still do your own research and understand why you're buying that stock. But if a bunch of analysts are saying this for FedEx, and the numbers and the metrics are all looking good, that is a good sign for FedEx, and in terms of buying it and holding it for a couple of months as a swing trade. And that is what I'm looking to personally do. Drop some comments down below if you guys have been looking at FedEx right now and looking to buy FedEx stock. I would love to know what you guys are doing in terms of FedEx, if you're interested in buying the stock. So that is what I'm doing with FedEx. USLV was another one that I'm currently invested in, and this one is you got to be really patient with the silver future ETFs, in my personal opinion, guys, because they move very, very slow. So USLV, I talked about this in my previous video. I was in USLV at about $9.60, and I'm still holding this one, guys. I'm still holding this one. Obviously, we see that the stock is down about 12 cents from my average position, but I'm not cutting losses because I still believe that the futures do have room to push up to about $16.75. And if we look a little bit closer to USLV, we do see it's been strongly consolidating at about $9.40 to about $9.50 for the past week or so at this point. So that's a very good indication that this is the new support level for USLV. And I'm looking to add more into my position as it does break above the EMA line, that 50-day SMA line we see here, and it starts to actively uptrend. We did see that it started to do that this past week. I think before, because today's Tuesday, I believe this was last week. This day was at about Thursday or Friday. It did start to show some upward momentum. It got to about 980, but then, silver futures dropped back down, causing, the price of USLV to fall down. So like I said, guys, I'm in right now at about $9.60. It does have potential to run up to about $10.50. And if we're in at about $9.60 up to about $10.50, we do see that that is a 10%, about a 8 to 10% potential for profit trade. And if we look back over to the 180-day chart, Okay, we do see that 950 is a very common support level, and a very common resistance level is at about $10.50, with the next one being at about $11.79. And it almost got there this past month, but it ended up getting rejected there, falling all the way back down to where it's at right now. And that is why I'm looking at USLV as a very good dip buy, and I'm still holding this one, guys. I'm just being very patient, like I said earlier, because with these silver futures, they do tend to move a little bit slower than other ETFs that trade on other different commodities, like the natural gas ones, crude oil, stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing with USLV. And another one that I was talking about in my previous two videos was LABU. And this one, guys, I got in at about $106.10, and I got in with an initial position of $1,000. And we see here clearly, guys, that the price has fallen a good amount from where I personally got in, and I did lose some money on LABU, but I'm still holding on to this particular ETF because I'm only down about $70 right now, and that's not too much of a loss for me for my personal account, and I'm going to explain why. And I want to just reiterate to you guys why you should be scaling into your positions with smaller amounts of money at first, and adding more money as time goes on, as the charts start to play out a little bit more, the price action starts to flow, and you understand how the ETF or the stock is moving. So again, guys, let's say you take normally $1,000 positions. Let's say that's your your max position total that you're going to be taking with a stock or an ETF. When I say you should be scaling into that position, I'm saying start off with $200 in that particular stock or ETF, and if it falls down a little bit more, that means you can add another $200 if you want to, put more money into it if you believe that it's going to be going up over time and this is more of a dip buy. Or, you can cut losses. And if you cut losses, guys, on a $200 position, you're going to be losing much less money than if you went all in with $1,000 and, you lost that same amount of percentage points. Because if you lost $1,000, let's say you put in $1,000 right off the bat, it goes down 5% initially, right? You're losing $50 right there. But if you only put $200 in and it goes down 5% initially, you're only losing about $5. So that is what you're going to be doing in terms of scaling in. And I don't know if that math was correct, guys. I think $100. What's 5% of $200? You're putting me on the spot. I think that's about $20. So $20 loss compared to a $50 loss. So that is what you're going to be looking at in terms of, scaling into a position. Always go in smaller at first because that's a good way to mitigate your risk and not lose as much money, if the stock ends up going down in time. So I took a $1,000 position because I normally go in with about $4,000 to $5,000 in my positions, right? So with $1,000, I'm slowly scaling in, and I did lose some money initially, but I'm still looking to just add more money now. I might be adding more money into LABU if it does consolidate, at this particular price point. And, it starts to form another uptrend pattern from where it's at right now. Because what we do see with LABU is that it has been consolidating the past couple of days. So if we look over here, let's look at the 5-day, 5-minute chart. Actually, it hasn't been consolidating for the past couple of days. It's been dropping for the past two. And then these past 2 days, we've seen some nice, decent consolidation at about $97 to at about $99. And that's why I'm not too scared about LABU. Because, again, why I initially got into this position is because it is actively uptrending. We see it's creating higher highs. It's riding this particular EMA line. It's riding the SMA line here. And that's why I initially got into it. And right now we do see that, okay, it did fall below the EMA line. It did fall below the SMA line. So a lot of people are going to be asking me, why aren't you cutting your losses right now? My answer to that question is that it's still trading above the 180-day SMA line. And, it hasn't shown too much of a sign of a reversal, a complete reversal yet. So it's still looking to consolidate right around $100 to at about $98. And that's why I still see potential in LABU, at least recovering back to maybe $106 to $107. And, if it does do that, if it does bounce at this particular price point, I might be adding more money into LABU. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm going to be playing it by ear and just watching it very closely tomorrow during the market. And yes, guys, I could be wrong. It could go down from here and I'll look like a complete idiot, but hey, we all make mistakes sometimes. It's okay. And, a lot of the stock market, a lot of the parts of the stock market is really just taking those risks. And, risks like this, they sometimes reap very high rewards, or you can, lose some money. And if I do lose some money, I'm taking it as a learning lesson. So I'm not cutting losses yet. Again, guys, I'm in with about $1,000, down about $70, not too crazy. I might add more to my position if it does end up consolidating here and, pushing back up further, but we will not know until tomorrow market open. And, I'm just going to be waiting patiently with LABU. So that's what I'm doing with LABU. And again, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about Micron really quickly, because I did add more shares to my Micron position here. And for those of you guys that don't know, I was in initially at about $62. I bought more at about $57, and I just bought more at about $54, and I believe about 37 cents to be exact is where I filled in my shares today. So overall right now, guys, I'm in at about $58 with Micron, and I do see this stock as being an insanely good value buy right now. Its PE ratio is at a 5. Its forward PE ratio is at a 4. So, the stock price falling all the way down to $53 obviously made the PE ratio smaller, so it even brought more value into buying the stock, Micron stock in particular, and that's why I added more shares. And if we look down here, guys, the RSI levels are showing that Micron is completely oversold right now. We do see it's at about $39. And for those of you guys that don't know how the RSI level works, we see that the lines are here, right? And you see that these two levels are here are 70, and this level here is 30. Whenever these trend lines are getting closer to 30, that means that the stock is oversold. That means everyone's selling out, and that may be a good time to buy, because a lot of people are selling out. The stock's falling down in price, so it could be a good dip buy. It's not always a good dip buy. If the stock or ETF is crappy, you still don't want to buy it if the RSI is here. But you can use this tool to your advantage if you're looking at good companies, good ETFs. And obviously, if it's up to 30, that means it's completely overbought, and you might not be getting too good of a deal. You might not be getting enough bang for your buck if you're buying at this particular point. So we do see that the RSI on Micron is looking very good right now, and we do see some nice green candlesticks here on the 180-day 4-hour chart. We do see this could be a possible bottoming out point for Micron at about $52, and it popped up here. I said I bought shares at about $54.37. Didn't buy too many shares, guys. Just bought 10 more shares. But, my plan with Micron is that if it keeps falling down in price, I'm going to just be buying a little bit more shares each time that it falls down in price, because I do see an insane upside with this company in the coming years. So that's what I'm doing with Micron. And again, guys, this could be a bottoming out point for Micron, as it is, creating higher highs in terms of the stock price. We see, okay, here $60, here at about $64, and it's creating higher lows. And by that I mean, guys, we see here it was at about $37, its low point. The next low point was at about $45. So that it could make sense, that that about $54 that we do see here could be the next low point. It does make sense in terms of the technical analysis, but again, nothing is guaranteed in the stock market, and this could be falling down even more. And if it does, I'm just going to be adding more and more to my share position in Micron. So for those of you guys that enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram if you guys are interested in seeing how much money I'm making in the stock market, what trades I'm taking throughout the day, because I do post all of that on my story, as well as like personal stuff, things I'm eating, things I'm doing throughout the day. Just random stuff is being put on my story. So for those of you guys that want to know more about me, see the trades, see my profits, follow me on Instagram. The link is down below. @StriveSmart is my username. And again, make sure to do your own research when it comes down to investing in the stock market. Do not buy, trade, sell any of these stocks that I'm talking about based off of my opinion. You have to become a self-sufficient trader in the stock market to be able to be successful long term. And that's the whole purpose of this channel, trying to teach you guys how to become successful long term in the stock market, and just pretty much documenting my journey in the stock market as well. So I hope you guys found value in this video. Let's make some money today. Peace.